I feel the storage out again. This shit right here for the cold-blooded killers and the gangsters vibe. But the hoes love it, bring it for $5 tea. Spend a whole $100. The niggas that need more money. I done stopped the rebel from putting separate the caskets. He's throwing everybody involved if I ask it. So don't make me give a word. I'm scared of what he might do. Don't make me get some nerves down here long. Feel like it's the beginning of the purge. Look, it's like I'm all out of options. Hard being a killer with a conscience. Ginger ale and ice with tequila talking nonsense. Cause beef ain't really no beef. Tell me. There's no more sleep through a drill, we do a drill. Osmos and beat, two to the body, one to the head, fucking on repeat. One west, you know them coke leaders are running street. I see a man riding from the dumb shit going to my sight. Never yield, I'm addicted to that old blowing crap. Can't let them colors fly on the glove with the fight. Divide my bread, I'm gonna put it in his life. If you want it indoor, damn right. All right. Shalom on Christ. Shalom Israel. It's the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the Commanding General Yohana, Officer of 1,000, Law Gun. All right, and today we get into the Isupk Law Class. All right, and our topic today is a much-needed topic, definitely in this city and all cities throughout the country. People right now are wondering what is the reason for so much violence in their neighborhoods. And we really feel like this came out of nowhere, right? You feel like all of a sudden now, people just want to start shooting, and why is that spirit on your city so bad, right? It's not a coincidence, all right? It's not just something that's just gonna go away either. It's something we have to understand where it came from and how we can stop it. Because what you notice is the killers are getting younger and younger, right? To the point where the older generation that probably had a whole lot to do with what this came about, even they're afraid. They don't know why it's gotten out of control like this. I'm gonna give you some answers on that today. All right. If you got any questions, you can type in the comment. Any questions you got, make sure you like and subscribe our classes for that. All right. So, of course, we tell you all the time, every spirit, everything that happens in the earth comes from the Bible, the good and the bad. Because we're telling you the Most High God made this Bible. It's not a fictional book. All right. Now, the first one I'm gonna give you to let you understand that people gotta understand is. Give me Isaiah 54 and 17, True. And let me know when you got it. Isaiah 54 and 17. Because a lot of times people, like I said, people think this is a fairy tale book. And it's right here in front of your face. I select it 45 and 7. Isaiah 45 and 7. Help me, Mama Raw. Isaiah 45 and 7. All right. Shalom, I see you, Nadisha. Nadisha, you want to break down a bit? I'll get you Leviticus 10 and 1. All right, we got you on that. I think I got an idea of what you're talking about right there, too, okay? 45 and 7. Yeah, 45 and 7. All right, read nice and loud for me.
Come. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and I create darkness.
Right, say it with power. It's the Most High. Say it a little louder.
Come. I form the light and I create the darkness.
I form the light and I create the darkness. What else?
I make peace.
I make peace.
And I create evil.
And I create evil. This is the Most High talking. This is the Most High talking. He said he creates evil. Right? Keep going.
I'm the Lord that do all these things.
He said, I, the Lord, do all these things. Don't ever think it's just some spirit that came out of nowhere. This stuff is allowed to happen on your block, in your city, to your family members. The worst thing you could think that can happen, the Lord could have stopped that. Why is that not happening? Because we are following the thought process of the very people that hate us. And Christ tried to tell us this a long time ago. Right. All right, drop that and give me John 8 and 44. I'm going to show you that from the beginning. He's been telling us who not to follow and who not to be like. And this is why we don't have a problem killing our brothers. This is why. Right? Right, John 8 and 44.
Okay. This is John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
He said, ye are. Matter of fact, go start at 43 so they get the context of it.
Okay. This is John chapter 8, verse 43. Why do ye not understand my speech?
Right. This is Christ asking them, why don't you understand my speech? Why don't you understand the priests and prophets telling you following God's law is paramount when it comes to saving your life? If you really want to save your people, you got to follow God's laws. It's very evident in the earth right now. I'm going to show you some stuff today to show you how all these murders are connected to stuff that could have been solved out of this Bible. How it could have been fixed before it got to the point where it's all this get back now, right? It could have been solved very simply if the people that were teaching our young people the people that our young people listen to would come out of this Bible. They would have never thought to go and shoot their brother down, right? Taking money for murder. That wouldn't even be something you would think of, right? But we're in a time right now where oppression has gotten us so caught up that life is cheap. They said the brother that just caught with all the murder was taking $50,000 hits. I got news for you. It ain't just about the money, because I know somebody that do it for $2,500. Right. It ain't just about the money. The money makes it more reckless. Right. That's why you know the rich men on earth are wicked as hell, because they know if I up the price, you will do it anyway. But there are people who will take your life for $15,000, $2,000, $20,000. There's some people who do it for $500. All right, don't get it twisted. It's more of a mental thing going on. That got to be addressed. All right, read that for me.
Even because ye cannot hear my word.
Right.
Verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
Ye are of your father the devil. Now Christ is talking to black men right here. He's talking to the Pharisees in this context. He's talking to the priest. That people, I mean, not the priest, the pastor. I ain't gonna call the priest. I'm gonna say the pastors. Right? The ones who the people were listening to. Right? He was telling them that they are of their father, the devil. Keep going.
And the lust of your father, ye will do.
The lust of your father, ye will do. He's letting them know the spirit, the way you are, it comes from your father, who is the devil. You're not following the God of this Bible, who is your spiritual father. And they wasn't even following Christ, who was their spiritual leader. They didn't even realize it. They were following the man who had so-called power in this earth over them. And his spirit is what? What's his spirit?
His spirit is like.
Keep going where you left off at.
Okay. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Ye.
Keep going.
And he was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
Murderer. From the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning. Now, who can tell me what he's talking about? When you say murderer from the beginning, who are we talking about? Go ahead. Go ahead, Marah.
So it's a lot, sir. Would that be he's saying with Esau, will Cain kill Abel?
Well, Cain killed Abel. Let's get that, because the word Genesis means what? Beginning. That's exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about when Cain, which was the first act of murder in the Bible. Give me Genesis, the 4th chapter. Go Genesis 4. All right. Let me make sure I told you that right. Genesis 4. Yeah, Genesis 4. Start on 4 and 3.
This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 3. Mm-hmm. In the process of time, it came to pass.
Right.
That Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord.
Right.
Verse 4. And Abel, and he also brought of the
firstling
of his flock.
Right. So in this time right here, Cain and Abel were bringing their fruits to the Most High God. Right. Now, keep going.
And of the fat thereof.
Right.
And the Lord had respect unto Abel,
right,
and unto his offering. Verse 5. But unto Cain and his offering he had not respect.
Right. Now, out of the offerings, the Lord respected what Abel brought. He did not respect what Cain brought. Right? He felt Cain could bring better than what he brought. So he had no respect for it. What did this do? This brought about a level of jealousy against his brother, right? Which is a spirit behind murder to this day. It's not just about the money. It's a thought process where I want to get this person out of the way. I want to move. This person is making me look bad. This person is getting this girl I want. It's a level of envy and jealousy, of covetousness, right? Which is a law, right? Let's get that. Let's hold that. I'm going to show you it's a law. Let's get thou shalt not covet. Give me that in Deuteronomy. Give me thou shalt not covet. Marah, hold what you got. Keep what you got, Trooper. Marah, give me thou. You got your phone. Give me thou shalt not covet. It should be in Deuteronomy. If you got it on the line, let me get it to me before I pull it up. Now, it's Exodus 20 and 17. So like, you're right there.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife,
Mm-hmm.
nor his manservant,
Mm-hmm.
nor his maidservant.
Right. So the spirit that Cain had on Abel, he wanted to bring the offering that Abel got instead of getting his own offering. He said he didn't want to work on his own offering. He was wishing that he had the love that Most High gave the Abel's offering, that he gave the Hebrews. He covered it to the point where he's gonna do what? Right? We're gonna see what he did. All right. Let's go back to that. Keep going on Genesis 4. Yeah, Genesis 4. And start at 5.
This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
Mm-hmm.
No.
In the day that God created man, in the likeness.
No, so like you at Genesis 4 and 5.
Yeah. I got it. Come.
Uh-huh.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
But unto Cain and to his offering he have not respect.
Right. Keep going.
And Cain was very wroth.
He's very wroth. All right, keep going.
And his countenance fell.
Right. Conscience means his spirit. He's just low on himself now. Right. He's down on himself because he didn't get the admiration that he thought he should get. Mm-hmm. Right. He didn't get the love that he thought he should get. Right. Now this is a demon here that very rude people are going to admit they have on them when they want to kill somebody. This is something that's spiritual here because people have this right now. People will hate you because you get more likes on a post than they did. People will hate you because they don't have a lot of friends. Another person has more friends. And that'll build into something that person can't even control. This was going on. This what happened right here. All right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Right. Keep going.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted?
Right. So he telling him, you put forth your best foot forward, you will be accepted. He knew that he was not putting his best forward. Right. He was not putting his best forward even into the work. He just gave the Most High whatever he felt like giving him. But he still wanted that love. But Abel gave the Most High his best. He made sure his best was something worthy of the Most High. Right. Because what you don't want to do is say, okay, this is the best I got when it could have been better. Right. That might have been the best he had, but the Most High knew he could do better. Just because I say give me your best, that don't mean go over and half wash the car. If I say give me your best washed car, don't go over there and half wash the car and don't wash the rest and say this is my best car. Right? You wash every car and give him the best looking car you got. That's the spirit you got to be, and that's the spirit that Abel was in. Right? Keep going.
And if thou doest not well, sin lie at the door.
Sin lie at the door. Right? Keep going.
Okay. And to thee shall he be his desire.
Right. Now that's why you think I don't think the Most High says sin lie at the door. Because that spirit of him not putting forth his best made him do what? What we just said. What did he just do? He wanted what Abel got. He covered it what Abel got because he didn't put his best foot forward. Now he wants the love that Abel get, which brought about a spirit of jealousy. Right? Keep going.
Come on. And thou shalt rule over him. Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Cain rose up against his brother and slew him. Now, did Abel do anything to Cain? Did he say, did he go to him and say, It's people that do that, right? It's people that look at you like, man, I told you, nigga, do this, blah, blah, blah. Abel, that we know, he said he talked. Abel didn't taunt him, didn't say nothing crazy to him, but Abel was the man.
Right.
He got killed for being better than his brother. Somebody always got to be the best, but it don't mean you got to hate your brother because of it. He literally hated his brother because his brother did something better than him. When all he had to do was what? Do better in his position that he's in. Now, how does that relate to today? In a younger generation, right? Somebody may have be better on a football team. They may be better at a video game. They may be better at getting girls. Something you ain't been quite worked on yet. You might not be as social as this person, right? It may be one little thing that you want very badly, and instead of you working on it, you hate that man or that sister, because the women are just as bad. We're gonna get into them women too, because a woman would want somebody gone. They know how to talk a man into doing things. Right. We're gonna bring that up too, because that happened as well. Well, a woman can get more men killed than anything and be scot-free because you can't put nobody in jail for passing the room, right? That's happening more than we think. Pillow talking. But as far as the man will hate the way he takes action against that brother. And that's what's going on. It ain't just about this money. We're going to get into that money too as well. All right? But that's what he's talking about in the beginning. Now, go down to verse 15 so I can understand. You can understand why he's the devil. Go down to, so the Lord cast him out. Go down to 13.
Okay.
Read that. Because Lord, at this point, when he killed his brother, we know he kicked Cain out of the garden. Right? Go down to 13.
Okay. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Right.
Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face of shall be hid, and I shall be
fugitive.
And a vagabond in the earth.
Right, a vagabond. Let me tell you something. This is described the so-called oppressor right now because he is a vagabond. A vagabond is somebody that wherever they go, they leech on the people's culture. And they take it on as their own. Just like he's saying he's a Jewish man right now. Right. You know, a so-called white man calls himself a South African, right? He calls himself what they in the movies. They was the last Mohican. They was the last Mexican. In the movies, they Pharaoh. Go ahead.
So like he was the Egyptian too.
He was the Egyptian. He's also the Jewish man. Right. He takes over every superhero, right? Superhero just not starting to be black. That's why black folks went crazy about Black Panther, even though it was some African stories. But they want, we the black man a superhero because we so oppressed. We want anything where we can be the top dog, right? Because they have been in the movies and sports, they always want to take credit for everything. All right, so a vagabond is somebody who leeches on to everything and steals it as their own. That's why we're here today, fighting for our culture back, right? That's what he does. That lets you know who this is talking about. All right, but to further that down, keep going.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Right. So he was worried about when he go out the garden that everybody that see him is gonna kill him. Right. Go ahead. Let you know other people was on the earth. For all y'all think Adam and Eve was the first man. Right. That cuts you right there. Keep going.
Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken of him servant sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain.
He did what?
said a mark upon Cain.
Now understand that mark he put on him was a leprous mark. A leprous mark, right? So understand who was a leprous person in the earth right now? Who you look at, they have no pigmentation in their skin. What person is that? Who you look at and they pay, you can see their blood through you can ask. What person you look at, huh?
God.
No, what person you see on earth that they have no pigmentation? You look at them and you see straight through them and see their blood. They leprous. Go ahead. Esau, the white man, so-called white man. Right. You look at them, they have no pigmentation, right? Cain is a forefather of Esau. It's all connected, right? Right. That spirit that's on the so-called white man, it started with Cain. That's what Christ's talking about. That's the breakdown on that. When he say he was a murderer from the beginning, he's talking about Cain. That devil is the so-called all oppressor, right? Caucasian, caucus bastard that hates us to this day. They got us worried about everything outside of following God's law. Right. That's what's destroying our people right now. All right, and that spirit right there, and also when he said, don't lay a hand on him, right? That don't lay a hand on him ain't just for him. That don't lay a hand on him is for us, right? We can't resort to violence, right? Because guess what? What happens when a black man kills a white man in this situation? You go to jail, right? You get shot. Right? It never works out good for us to go and try to say we're gonna go and even Tulsa, Oklahoma. People don't talk about it, but if you get into the history of that story, the black people were winning that gun battle. They were winning. You know what the white man did? The president of the United States dropped the bomb on them. Now he wouldn't have dropped no bomb if they was winning, was it? He dropped the bomb because the black people were winning the fight. We hand to hand in a gun battle, we might win, right? They got the government. So we can't never resort to violence in any situation. So we definitely shouldn't be doing that against our brothers, right? If we can't even go touch the people that hate us, don't go touch your brother. You need to work that out with your brother. You can mentally hate them, but make it a righteous hate to where you don't give them a reason to pull you over in your car. You don't give them a reason to have warrants against you. You don't be a deadbeat daddy where you can get put on child support. Don't give the devil place. That's what they really mean. Give the devil place. It's not talking about a spirit, it's talking about an actual man. Don't give him place to come and do something to you. Then you got to worry about that, right? All right. That's what that mark was about. All right. You got any questions? Go ahead.
We got a question online with Officer 500, not to shot.
Oh, that's strange fire. That's strange fire. Let me remind me at the end of class to answer that for him. So like I should have answered that before I started. Remind me at the end of class to don't forget that. I got you. All right. So understand that we got to understand what's in the spirit of the earth right now, man. Now I'm gonna give you another example here. One of our forefathers did something, right? That was unbecoming. Another reason I just brought about with these women. Give me 2 Samuel chapter 4. Let me know when you got that. Salakia, give me 2 Samuel chapter 11. Salakia. Let me make sure I'm telling you right there. Let me get to it. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 2 Samuel. Yeah, so chapter 11, verse 2. 2 Samuel 11, verse 2. right? Because another spirit we got to talk about is women, right? Well, a woman and violence, that all goes hand in hand a lot of times, right? And I say that because men look at a man, a man being out the way, like I just said, coveting, want his wife. All this come from a spirit of coveting and want something, right? You're broke, you want their money so you can get to the honey, right? That's what that's. But that has created a demon in the black community, and it even happened with our King David, right? And the love thing you gotta love about the Bible is don't hide nothing. It ain't no book where it's gonna make everybody look like they was. This book is about men who made mistakes in this truth, right? But guess what it say about King David? He was a man of the Most High's own heart,
Right.
So I mean that even Adam on down to Solomon. Women can cause a lot of issues when it comes to a man being in his truth, right? It can make a man do things he wouldn't rarely do. Imagine how bad Eve had to be, right? To make Adam go against the Most High God. He gave Adam dominion over everything in front of him. He listened to his woman and went against God and lost it all, right? So that same spirit is here today. And women, like I say all the time, women have to be accountable for being humble. Why do you think the Most High says when you have a daughter, you got to catch them at a young age? You can't wait till they get 15 and 16 to start checking them and correcting them. Right. You got to check them young. A man ain't going to go into that man. The women come out how they are already. You got to bow their head as a young age because they will control the earth. Right. It can be in a positive and a negative way. Most women start reading the Bible, especially outside of church, because they think it does not benefit. It does not talk about their importance. But all through the Bible, the women in the Bible were important, right? Because when you see a wicked woman, you're gonna take the blame when you do something wrong, right? Adam should have told Eve, "Shut the hell up! Don't ever come telling me nothing no man told you." And I told he should have checked her. That's what you learn from that. That's what the mistake he made, and the Most High made him pay for that. Don't be weak on it. Our King David was weak right here. We're gonna show you what happened right there. All right, read that.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2. And it came to pass in the eventide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of his king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself.
He saw what?
Washing herself.
He saw a woman washing herself. All right, keep going.
And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
Keep going.
Verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of the
Uriah? No, hold on. So like hit them with that. Get that. Elias,
the wife of Uriah.
The wife of what?
Uriah.
Now, stop right there. Now, it wasn't a sin to look at the woman, right? But when did it become a sin? When did it become a sin?
When you start to act on this.
No. Christ, this is a good thing about Christ and his law. Christ made it so well you can stop before you start the conversation. What did he just say? Read what you just said. Start back over on that verse you just left right there. Read that verse. I'm gonna see if you catch it again on what he did wrong.
Okay. And David sent and inquired after the woman.
Now he sent somebody. At first he see the woman, right? He don't know who she with or nothing like that, right? He sent somebody to ask about who this woman is, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? You see a beautiful woman, you ask about who she is. Keep going.
Okay. And one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Liam, the wife of Uriah?"
The wife of Uriah. Now, hold that, Marah. Give me Matthew 5:27. Hold what you got. I'm going to show you what he did wrong. And why Christ knew the spirit we was in. And why you got this can help you a lot. This will help a lot of times when brothers stepping on each other's toes. Right?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. Verse 28.
Right. It's saying don't commit adultery. Adultery is sleeping with another man's woman, right? But this is how Christ up the law to prevent stuff like this. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever look on a woman to lust after her,
whoever do what?
To look on a woman to lust after her.
Keep going.
Have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Understand this. So when he found out that was Uriah's wife, he should have shut down. Right. He said, okay, that's his wife. Right? That's what should have happened. Let's go right now in the street, in the club, wherever you at. You say, oh, who is that? Ain't nothing wrong with saying who is that. It ain't nothing wrong to go ask her, what's your name, right? But when you hear, I'm with so-and-so in the conversation, you're finna save yourself a headache right now. I don't care how bad that is. But once again, Bathsheba must have been, because King David could have anybody he wanted, right? He could have went and got somebody that looked like Bathsheba. He had that spirit on him where he wanted that woman. Even after he found this out. Let's see what happened. Keep going.
Here's the title. Verse 4. And David sent messengers and took her. And she came in unto him.
He went and took her anyway. Right? Keep going.
And he laid with her.
Right. And laid with her. He just said, forget it. I'm going to just do this. Right? Keep going.
For she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house.
Right.
Verse 5. And the woman considered it.
Now, what that just means, she took a bath. That don't mean she didn't commit a sin. When he says she got purified, all it's saying she took a bath. Did whatever women do at that time when they got through having sex. That's what that's talking about. All right.
And the woman considered it and conceived and sent and told David and said, I am the child. I mean, with the child.
Right. So he messed around and got her pregnant. Right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 6. And David sent to Joel, saying, send me Uriah, the Hittite.
Right.
And Joel sent Uriah to David.
Right.
Verse 7. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joel did.
Right. Keep going.
How the people did, and how the war proceeded. So
David brought him on to this man is a soldier for David, right? This is a man who would do anything for David, right? He come to him asking him about the war, just having chit chat with him, right? Really, he's trying to fill him out because it's finna get very wicked now. Okay, this is what happens when the first thing happens. Now you got to cover up. He's going about the process of covering up, trying to cover that sin, which never works out. All right, keep going.
And David said unto Uriah, go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. Verse 9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house,
right,
with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. Verse 10. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down to his house.
Right. So he told him basically, he's telling Uriah to go home and sleep with this woman. He's telling him basically, hey, go home, be with your wife. Go keep. He's hoping when you go home around this, but you're. This see they know on that.
Red button.
Just hit the red button. Hit the red button. Yeah, through the broadcast off. Did it come back up?
Black.
It's black. The screen black. Tap the screen. You might have put the code in. It cut the broadcast. I forgot to put it on airplane mode. Is the code in there?
The screen is black. I think the screen is black.
Tap it. Is it coming on when you tap it?
When I tap it, it's say remove from stage, exit solo, layout, unmute.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, the screen is black. It's still going.
Let's see. It shouldn't still be black right now.
Yeah, you back up right now.
You see me?
Okay.
All right, man, it'll come back.
But the screen, but I see you got two screens up right now. You got the other screen where it's black, and where you talking on the laptop right now.
Should not still be black right now. All right, do me a favor. Take it off and let me see it right quick. All right, just close it out. And pull it back up. Okay, all right, bet. Put it back on now. Put it on mute. Shalom in Christ. You hear me now? All right, bet. Okay, yeah, I can put that thing back up on stage. But yeah, that's the spirit you got to understand we in right now, man. All right. All right. All right. Look at me Psalm 73 and 3. All right. This is the spirit you got to stay out of when it comes to this violence thing, man. This is very spirit we cannot get into. And it is Psalm 73 and 3. Yeah. Right. But this will happen a lot of times to make you become envious of people that's not following God's law. Right. And to make you go and do things that you shouldn't be doing. Right. Now, as far as our younger brothers, they have to be taught this at a young age. So they're going to get into this spirit. Because every brother, even when people hear about these young men that taking these hits for murders and all that kind of stuff like that, understand something, man. If somebody would have caught them younger and understood that money should never buy your soul, or money should not control every action you do, they wouldn't have done it. But once they realize that the money has been given so much prestige in this earth, that's the only way they were given to go get their money, they're not going. It's hard to stop them now, because it's that easy to get that type of money by taking somebody's life. All right, read that for me.
Psalm chapter 3, verse 3.
You got 73? 73.
73.
Yeah, 73 and 3. If you still can't hear me out there, let me know.
This is Psalm chapter 7, verse 3.
73.
73.
So,
Go ahead.
this is the book of Psalm 73, verse 3. For I was envious at the foolishness.
Right. He was envious
at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Damien, yes, there's no such thing as Old or New Testament. That's just a word they put on there. We follow the law, right? The law is in the Old Testament and it's perfected in the New Testament. That's the answer to your question, right? So we're not under the sacrificial part of the law. Meaning, when I commit a sin, I don't go and cut up a cow to atone for my sins.
Right.
When I commit a sin now, I got to pay for it. I'm going to take a L. I could lose my life.
Right.
That's according to Christ, right? Let me know when you got 73. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Psalm 73, verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish.
Right.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right. So you looking at somebody else in your neighborhood and they got cars, money, women, and you find out that he gets his money by murdering, selling drugs, doing this. It'll make you jump out there and do this.
Right.
When the Lord may not want that person, he may want that person as a test for you. That neighborhood drug dealer was a test for all of us. Right? Some of us failed. When I was younger, I failed. I saw that and wanted to be that.
Right.
Even though I had a hard-working father. You know what I'm saying? I saw that and said, you know what? I want to go do this. That's where all the attention is. That'll destroy a young man's life. Because they were not taught this. This is right here. This is what goes on right now. We're envious of the foolish.
Right.
We'll see somebody prospering, making money, and whatever that person did to make their money, you're willing to go do it. That's why P. Diddy had power over people. They wanted his money. He was able to take advantage of that. He get that spirit from his father, the devil. All right, keep going.
Verse 4. For there are no bands in their depth, but their strength is firm.
Right. They look very strong to you. They look like nothing take them out. Keep going.
Verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men.
They seem as if their life is going perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You would look at somebody that came up. The worst thing that's happened to our younger generation is you got people like Jay-Z who look like he made it. On the face card, like he sold drugs, ended up in the White House.
Right.
You don't know he probably ratted on his boy, got his boy killed.
Right.
You don't know what he did in them parties. He might have been in them P. Diddy parties. You don't know that.
Right.
But all they show you is he did this, now he's here. So you think, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna get here. But you wonder why, okay, why am I going to jail every day? Why did I just get shot? Why I keep losing money? Why I ain't got no, I've been doing this for so long. Why I ain't got this yet? That's that envious spirit you got, even from wickedness. Because it'll make them look like they're doing the right thing. And guess who you got that spirit from? Where that spirit came from? Anybody? Where that spirit came from? The spirit of thinking you got more, so you're doing the right thing.
Slocky.
Go ahead.
From the Christian church.
From the Christian church. Get that brother. I gotta get your hand on that one. I thought y'all were gonna get that one. Give me 1 Timothy 6 and 5. You hold what you got. Mariah, give me 1 Timothy 6 and 5. I'll give you the precept on this here.
6 and 5?
Yeah.
Come. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 5.
Matter of fact, start at 4.
Verse 4. He is proud, knowing nothing.
Right.
But doubting.
Right.
Doubting about questions.
Right.
With strifes of words.
Right.
Whereof come envy and strife.
Right. This is describing a wicked man. Right. A wicked man that 9 times out of 10 is in a leadership role. For one thing. Right. Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They tell you that, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And this book is trying to tell you how wicked man thinks and why they influence us to do things at a young age. Why they put the gun in the young man's hands and let him go out and do things, right? I'm hearing older men who know they was a part of this saying they regret they did this. That's how bad it's getting. Because it's coming back and you get innocent people killed. Right? That wickedness is going to come back to haunt them. It's doing it right now. Keep going.
Rallying, envy, and submission.
Right. You will go like that rallying, that railing. That's getting somebody to come with you. Your thought process, you're doing whatever you can to get somebody to come and agree with you, even if there's no truth involved in that. Keep going.
Verse 5. Perverse, disputing of men,
right?
Corrupt minds.
Right. Corrupt minds. Meaning saying, I remember when I was younger, right? When I was 12 or 13, it was men out here. It was the law allowed for a man under the age of 18. You committed murder, you can go get a youthful offender, right? You can go get locked up, and you'll get out, right? Them wicked bastards would go recruit. That's why the young boy recruiting started. Because you go get the boy, say, keep your mouth shut. You go here for 6 months, you come home, right? Not thinking this boy that committed a murder, he'll never be the same. He took a man's life, he'll never, not thinking about that. That's a wicked bastard. That's why this generation like it is now. Because you can convince a 12-year-old boy who mama on crack, who mama ain't got nothing, I'm going to give you $10,000 to kill this man. You go to jail and shut your mouth, I'm going to take care of them. Go ahead, what you got, son?
Slocky, sir. It was just made me think about a recent situation, with the murder of my son. And the boy only 13 years old.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? He committed the murder, and she knowing, but he's so amped up, like, hey man, I'll be out before you know it.
Exactly. It's like, and he don't realize he'll never be the same again.
Right.
That affected his mind of where he gonna have problems socially. He gonna have problems with his woman. It's gonna affect him. And what he's gonna think, I can do this again.
Right.
That's the demon that comes on you when you do it, and the punishment is not as severe. That's why this brother who just got caught was doing that. The brother, they talking about that did all these murders. The brother Damian McDaniel, that's locked up now. You know why he did that? Because he started when he was 16 years old. And he did it and got away with it. And it said, okay, this is how I can change his mindset. It's a documentary guy where the brother was in it and the other brothers in it that was taught to do this stuff, right? Their mindset, I think the guy asked him, you know, do you think a murderer can be a good person? All of them said, yeah. You know why? They really think that. They really in their mind. Now, and their heart of hearts, they could have been good young men, right? They don't even realize what had happened to them, right? They were coming up with excuses to kill each other. If you watch that interview, it was no valid reason for them doing what they're doing. They weren't going to come out and say, I'm doing it for the money. They were saying, yeah, if somebody trying to shoot you, why somebody trying to shoot you? I know when I was doing stuff and somebody tried to shoot me, I did something for you to want to shoot me. I was involved with people or doing something. Nobody just walked up and tried to take my head off. They don't want to admit that. It's a level of denial going on with them in their mind because somebody's condoning that. All right, their money has made them come up with their own thought process and say, you know what? It's cool to do this. It's how I'm going to survive. I'm going to take care of my mama. I'm going to kill this nigga, but I'm going to go take care of my mama. Y'all take and watch that video. I think it's called The City Will Eat You Alive. Right? This City Will Eat. It's on YouTube. Watch that and watch the responses and the excuses that they're giving as to why they're killing each other. Now, this is a new generation because when I was young, you wouldn't even got on no camera saying that. Right. I thought it was very crazy. Right. This is where we at right now. And that lets you know what this is about a level of fame too. This is a mental thing. You ain't just you it's not about the money no more. You want to look like this person. You want to make sure you get famous. And where they come from? Go ahead, what you got?
So I want to say, you know, also them being inside the city, and the police ain't solving no crimes for real.
They not.
And that boosting I actually heard one of the brothers on what you were saying that YouTube saying that they likely thinking they gonna get away with it all the time.
Because they have been.
Because
they've been taking the cases, and so coincidentally, we got a new police chief behind it. You know what I'm saying? The FBI came and solved that murder in no time, and now we got a new chief. You know what I'm saying? Because the murders ain't been getting solved. Because guess what? What we don't realize is it's big business in murder, man. That's why you can't play into the white man's game. Right. When you lose your life, it's over $250,000 getting passed around from your body. The hospital, the funeral home, and let's not forget about the black market. Right. It's money getting passed around from your death, black man. They don't really want this stuff to stop happening. You see how quick they saw that murder, man? You think they ain't got a satellite in the sky right now to figure out who killed your auntie, to figure out who killed whoever you love? They got a satellite right now, can track that murder, the time, track the person, and every murder should be solved. Well, we got to remember one thing, the white man's the goddamn devil.
That's right.
And they're going to continue this going on because there's money involved. Don't blame the mayor. Don't blame the governor. Right. How you fix that? Stop killing each other. Stop getting involved in things that make you want to kill each other. There are other ways to make money. If you've been doing it, you can take your money. I guarantee that boy probably had some at least 100,000 put up somewhere. But do you think he was going to stop killing people? He made this his profession. All right. They said he went on a killing spree, right? Because he wanted to build that bag up. When you could have took, if you did it, you got away with it, right? Why not go take that money and go invest in the business? It's a demon involved. Because now you a kid for free. What people don't realize is, if he didn't get caught, somebody was gonna die for free. He ain't no silver thinking person. None of you are. When you murdering like that, you think you can go and just live a regular life? He gonna look for a reason to kill somebody. He's just like a whore that sleep with a man, and a stripper that go sleep with men for money. She'll sleep with that man for free. Right. It ain't just about the money. You got a mental problem that ain't been dealt with yet. And if I'm not mistaken, that boy father is in prison for murder too. This stuff gets handed down from the father. Right. When you that young and you don't mind doing it, Your father matters a lot of times. A lot of these children, fathers are already in jail for murder, and you want to be like your father. But you don't realize your father was being like your oppressor. Because the reason them boys was on that camera, because they want to be who they want to be, John Gotti. They want to be Al Capone. They look at all these American gangster stuff and say, okay, well, they famous. Guess what? They wasn't on camera then. We stupid. They wasn't on camera then. We not equipped to be criminals, man. That's not our nature.
Right.
That's their nature to be bloodthirsty criminals. We are actually, when I saw that video and they said they actually thought they were good people, I felt sorry for them. I was like, them boys need somebody to talk to them. Prison ain't gonna help them. They think they're good men, but you really need somebody to show you how to be. We don't even know what's good and bad. When the man walked up to Christ and said, "Good master," what Christ said? Christ said, "Why you calling me good?" Right. Now Christ say, "I ain't good." How the hell you gonna say you good? You got to strive to be like the Most High. He says, "On the one good, my Father and the Most High." But they being murderers in their mind. They think I'm good. They should have been like, "No." The real answer would be like, "No, I'm wicked." But that generation is so. Our generation at that age is just so wiped out mentally with no guidance. They had the nerve to say, "Yeah, I'm good," and came up with all the excuses why you got to kill somebody. And it's gonna get worse. That's a fact. It's gonna get a whole lot worse before it gets better. Right. All right. But keep on that. What I was saying with the game is, you on verse 5.
And this is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 5 in the middle. And the destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness.
Right. What does destitute of the truth mean? That means the truth ain't nowhere around you. The truth is nowhere around them young men not knowing the difference between good and evil. Because in our mind right now, good is getting the bag. That's what people's mind is. You got the bag, you're doing good. When you can go buy you a new car, buy you a new house, take care of your woman, take care of your child, that's doing good. Forget how you got there. That's how confused we are. But what they say? What's the that's to the truth?
Supposing that gain is godliness.
Supposing that gain is godliness. And all that came from the teaching of the Christian church.
That's right.
We can never get over the fact that the church, that lying bastard in that church took the money, didn't help the community. It's a church on every damn corner, and they did not return this money back. Somebody got to make you get that money back. You ain't doing out of kindness of your heart. What that pastor just said, when you give the money to the homeless, you ain't getting nothing back. That's what he told them people. He said that with a straight face. He ain't the only one that think that. Trust me. He the only one that had the balls. His church was closed. That's why he's desperate now. That's why he came out and said that his church is bankrupt. But the ones who doing good, they feel the same way. They think you better off not giving that money to a homeless man who need it. Give it to him. Guess what, damn it? When you give money to people, you shouldn't want that money back. When you loan and giving somebody money, it ain't about you getting returned all the time. Go open up a business. That's what I can't stand about them pastors. They go and tell you about prosperity and about how to make money, but they ain't never want to start their own business. You know how they make their money? They make their money off the people. That's how they start their Fortune 500 company off our backs. Right? Go back to that. But understand that gaining is not always God. Ain't nothing wrong with having money in your pocket. But you got to do a bunch of crazy stuff to get it. Take somebody's life, a murder, be a whore, a liar. Let somebody do something to you to get the money. That's not what you want to be doing. Go ahead.
So it was just a little bit more that
Go ahead.
It said, from such withdraw thyself.
Withdraw yourself. I mean, if you are young and you got people convincing you to go do murder for hire, to go rob, to go sell drugs, withdraw yourself. Say, man, you ain't gotta break no scripture down. Because they don't want to hear it. Just be like, no, I ain't with that. I'm good. You ain't got to go all that. Send them here. They want to know why. Send them here. You ain't got to go break no scripture down to them. Just say, no, I'm good. Let them call you a lame, Let them call you whatever they're gonna call you.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, I've been on this earth a long time. You're gonna see what happens to them. You're gonna have a very select few that may make it, but you're gonna have a lot go through a whole lot of stuff, man. Especially in this time. Because I'm gonna tell you something. It was a time when there was all out there that we was taught. It wasn't no other options. Now it's so many ways for the young generation to make money, and then you're gonna get caught. That's the crazy part, but it's so much technology. You're gonna go to jail whenever they want you to go to jail. When they decide you've done enough, you're gonna go to jail. Every time. Nobody's around here doing it and not getting caught. Right? And they're gonna throw you under the jail. They're gonna ruin your life. Go ahead.
That's a lot, concern, man. Like that's so heavy what you're saying because our people won't look at doing these crimes and never really benefiting us in the long run.
Right.
Like we be committing crimes all the time.
Right.
And that's be our first go-to.
Right.
It's crime
Right.
to make money. And it's like, when is we gonna learn? Like we ain't learn by now that, it's getting us jammed up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a little dirt situation and all these, people that
Exactly.
everybody we look up to that's been, look at Tony Montana and all these people we look up to either dead or in jail, man. Like it's some type of consequence, like, from committing these crimes. And it's like we blind to it. Like it's like I guess in the time when you making the money, I guess we're not thinking about, the consequences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The dirt situation shows you we are not meant to be criminals, man.
Right.
What kind of idiot goes and get to run a car in your business name to go do a murder?
Right.
What the brother out of Atlanta? This brother out of Atlanta, he in prison right now. The one that was in tour with Young Thug.
Lil Woody.
No. The one who was on the other side, who was in jail right now. He was in jail for Young Thug. He was a good rapper.
He was in jail.
This brother did a drive-by in a Maybach. Lucci. You're not meant to be no criminal, man.
Right.
Just not you supposed to be rapping your money, got you some women, sit around, enjoy the rest of your life. You're stupid.
Right.
You're not built to do that. You put in that situation and you thought you would survive. You survived, you made it, right? You're so stupid in terms of being a criminal that guess what? You gotta do a drive-by in a damn Maybach. They let you know you're not supposed to be doing it. That's a dumb way to go in a Maybach.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on. What you been saying?
That's a lot. It made me think about what Jeremy Hunter said.
Right.
We think we criminals. White man is really the criminal.
The white man would have pulled up on a bike and had a sniper and said, choo choo, and went on by his business. We want to know who did it. We would have been watching him on the video, sitting like this with a sniper gun. We still want to know he did it.
And he would have got the job done.
He would have got the job done. Yeah.
We try to commit a crime and end up missing the target and hit 4 innocent people.
Man, that's why the brother's locked up right now. That brother is locked up right now for killing them people over there in Hush.
Right.
Shot 20-some people trying to kill one man.
Right.
That's not who we're meant to be, man.
For real.
The Lord got so much more He wants us to be doing. We're caught up in trying to be like our Father. Like Christ said, I told you in the beginning, ye are of your father, the devil.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right.
It's a war going on right now because of the same stuff we're going over right now. You think it's much bigger than that, but it's ego. It's pride that's involved in that. That's why this war going on right now. It's a spirit the Lord put on it. He said He create all things. There's nothing going on without Him knowing. He's putting the spirit on them. All right. Go back to that Psalms. Psalm 73 and 3. You still got that? 73 and 3. Psalm 73. You should be on 5 now. Psalms chapter 73, verse 3. Go start at 5. Verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men. Right. Go ahead. So you will see somebody go do all these things and they're not getting in trouble. So imagine this brother who just went to jail. He probably spawned another killer. You think he did? He been doing this for how long? Right? He got all these murders he been doing. You think he ain't spawned another killer? You think somebody else ain't see him getting away with it? And say, you know what? I'm going to learn how to do this too. OG getting away. He OG to some of these young boys. Think about 13, 14-year-old boy that know him, right? He like, oh, he getting away with it. Let me learn how to shoot right quick and handle this switch. All right, keep going.
Neither are they plague you like other men.
Right, keep going.
Verse 6. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain.
Right, they pride is gonna eventually choke them. That's why these murders getting out of hand. That's why people just putting up in broad daylight. That's like, okay, I ain't going to jail. I ain't been to jail. That's why I'm finna do this. This up in these scriptures, man. This in the Bible. This is wrote thousands of years ago. We're dealing with this right now in 2024. All right, keep going.
Violence covers them as a garment.
Right.
Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness.
Right. He said, what did he say about the violence?
Their eyes.
Now go back to the violence part.
Okay. Violence cover them as a garment.
What that mean? Violence covering them as a garment. That means they'll knock your head off for nothing right now. Their pride is on another level, right? That means the violence is the first thing people are going to right now. That's the time we in right now, man. Because their pride level is at an all-time high. Let me tell you, so even if the FBI, the CIA, whoever you can think of stays here in Birmingham or any other city, they still gonna kill each other. They still gonna kill each other. Our people is gonna be somebody black killing somebody black. Right. And guess what? We had a white officer shoot a black man, about 2 months ago? No uproar about that. You know, the first people say, oh, he was a drug dealer. He had a gun. You got every kind of excuse as to why it was okay for that officer who's trained to deal with his weapon can shoot this brother. You gonna put that on the road. But you want this brother off the street. You don't want him to get no counseling. What I hope we get access to these young boys and can actually counsel them and show them what it means to be good. Because their prison not gonna help them. I'm sorry. Right. Their prison is only gonna create a bigger demon. Just sitting them down and not teaching them anything. That's why the Isupk should be allowed to be in every prison. So we can show them how to really rehabilitate themselves. And we do have a prison program. Anybody instead of Alabama that wants somebody to reach out to your family member, contact Isupk Alabama. Because we can teach them how to be rehabilitated while they're in prison. Because the system they got set up right now is not going to fix them. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, we get in our people, we get in prison and become Muslims like that.
Right. And a Muslim, it kill you on Ramadan when the sun go down.
Right.
Muslim ain't got no Muslim, no. That ain't helped us. We need them to kill each other with that. We sold drugs, we still marry white women. You know what I'm saying? It ain't did nothing for the black community. I don't think I would say Muslims have done that they did that Israelites need to do. It was a time when the Muslims got under one man. That's how it grew. At one point in time, all the Muslims was under Elijah Muhammad. If all these Israelites quit trying to have their own group and get under commanding General Yohanan, we will be just as powerful, and it will force Christ to come back. Because we ain't waiting on Christ. Christ waiting on us.
Right.
He waiting on us to come together and build this kingdom now. We ain't waiting to go up in the sky and do nothing. But we can't do it because we have so many distractions, fake Israelite groups, Christian church, Muslim mosques, Ifa, whatever you want to call it, that's not helping black people. All right, keep going.
Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness.
Right.
They have more than heart could wish.
Right. Understand that, man. Keep going on that.
Verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly, concerning opposition, oppression. They speak lasciviously.
Read that again. Read that verse again.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly.
Right.
Concerning Oppression.
So let me tell you something. What I just said, a lot of these brothers, this murder for hire is becoming a thing because of what? Because of oppression. If there was no oppression, you would never hear about nobody doing a murder for hire.
Right.
It wouldn't even be a thing. Right? It wouldn't even be a thing. Think about it. Can you go to a rich white boy in Hoover and say, I'm gonna give you $50,000 to murder society? Can you do that? Can you do that? Now he might not have no money. He may be broke, right? But he ain't finna do it because he's not oppressed.
Right.
You ain't gotta. Oppression is mental when you just sick of everybody around you being broke. When you look around and say, "Mama ain't got it, Dad ain't here, brother messed up, this going on. I'm tired of seeing my folk." That's oppression, man. Oppression ain't just about not having money in your pocket. It's about just being in a broke up situation where you see no way out.
Right.
That will make you go blow somebody's head off. Because $50,000 will change your life, right? $10,000 will change your life if you know what to do with it.
Right.
That's how you know this is for us. So don't just be so mad at a brother for being a killer. Look at what made him become that killer. Look at the oppression. Did you see these young boys out here in these neighborhoods and go try to help them when they was 12 and 13 years old? Are you out trying to feed them? Are you out trying to counsel them or put out a good example? Or are you just trying to sleep with his mama? Right? Are you just being a fake ass little league coach? So like trying to sleep with somebody's mama. Right? Hit them and quit them. We got to work on building families, man. All right? Keep reading that some more.
They speak lofty. Verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth.
Right.
Verse 10. Therefore his people unto hither, and water and of a full cup are want of out to them.
Right.
Verse 11. And they say, how doeth God know? And their knowledge in the Most High. Verse 12.
Right. Hold that right there. I understand that, man. And all that goes back to a mindset. All that goes back to what you. That's why Christ said our weapons of warfare are not carnal. Right? What's that? Give me that, Morale. Weapons of warfare are not carnal. Let me know when you got that. Because that's what drives us into being a murderous bastard. Right? Being very carnal. Like when I'm talking about that oppression, you can't look at your pockets and decide your moral compass. You can't say I'm broke, so I'm going to decide how I'm going to treat my brother today because I got money today or because I don't have money. We have to get back to knowing I don't care if I ain't got 2 cents in my pocket, I'm going to be a brother to him first. And first and foremost, we got to decide I'm going to follow God first. The God of this Bible. We got to have that mindset. You don't have it? All right, go ahead. Weapons of warfare are not carnal. I think it's in Corinthians.
It's in Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Your weapons, you are at war every day. Your weapons of warfare, it starts in your mind. You get up out the bed, you feel like you got a problem with somebody, you go to that person and you deal with that person one-on-one. Hey, man, you offended me the other day. Right? If you and that person can't come to an agreement, you come to somebody above y'all and say, hey, I got a problem with him. I don't want to go no further than this. Can you come up with a solution? If you the person that brought it and that person tells you that you're wrong, you got to accept that. That's a part of growing up. You might be wrong for being mad at that brother. You may have a misunderstanding from some female told you. All right? This stuff went on in the Bible. Like I said, women control a lot. An evil woman can get a man killed just like that. I'm going to show you that. Give me, I'm going to get a precept or something like that. Give me, what happened to John? Give me, go Go to Matthew 11 and 12 first. Give me Matthew 11 and 12.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
The kingdom of heaven is where? What does it mean when it says the kingdom of heaven suffer violence?
The kingdom of heaven on earth.
Now, what is the kingdom of heaven?
Within us.
The kingdom of heaven is within you. All right. So right here, I'm going to show you what it's talking about, though. When it's talking about John the Baptist, when you are following the laws of God and you're teaching the laws of God, then let me tell you something. There is a righteous way to die. See, one thing about it is, our minds have been taught that the thugs and the bad boys and the street guys it's intriguing because they're not afraid to die. You can still have that spirit of not being afraid to die without being a criminal. There's a way you can have that spirit and be a man about something and be willing to die for it. Any man that's in this truth under this banner, we're willing to die for what we believe in. Right. And it puts out a sense of manhood that, well, you may look at me and think, oh, he'll kill, he'll do this, when I really just want to save your life. But it's a level of masculinity that's been taken from us. Because everybody, when you're growing up, you think you're being a man means I got to go be a street nigga. I got to go do this. I got to sell drugs. I got to pimp women out. I got to steal. I got to rob. I got to beat somebody up. That's the Christian church thinking you did that to us. Because we think the Bible means bitch. That's the only word I can think of, Salaki. We have confused thinking a man that reads the Bible is a bitch nigga. And that is not what Christ tried to take. Christ was a man's man, right? And you got to understand that, right? So John the Baptist, in this situation here, he actually had a righteous death. I'm going to show you why. Go to, where is that, Salaki? This one just popped in my head. Let me find it because it's talking about when he got beheaded. Salakia. I got it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you what we're talking about right here. The head. That is in, give me Mark 6 and 20. Mark chapter 6, verse 20. Now, Salakia. Start at, give me, start at 17. You get the full context of it, right?
Okay. It's the book of Mark, chapter 6, verse 17. And Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John and bound him in prison.
Right. So King Herod had put John in prison. All right, keep going.
For
Herodias'
sake.
So he put him in jail because a woman had a problem with John. I'm going to show you why she had a problem with John. Keep going.
His brother Philip's wife.
Right. This was his brother's, this was Herod's brother, Philip's. Herodias was his wife. Right? Keep going.
For he had married her.
He married his brother's wife, meaning he had sex with his brother's wife. Right? Keep going.
Verse 18. And John had said unto Herod, it is not lawful for thee to have thy brother's wife.
Right. So John, being a bold man that he was, he told Herod, he told them they were wrong. He said, you wrong for sleeping with your brother's wife. That's unlawful. Right? Now, John the Baptist did go against Christ, but in that point, Spencer, he spoke up bold like a lion right there. Right? So when you speak up bold like that, you pissing off people that have control of your life. So you can putting your life in danger to a certain extent, speaking this truth, right? You speak to the wrong person, they're gonna take it the wrong way. Right. But you cannot be afraid of that. And being in that spirit, the Lord always gonna be with you because people ain't never seen him before. But you cannot be worried about dying for it. Right? You can't, I ain't saying go on suicide missions. Be wise about what you do. Be wise about what come out your mouth and how you speak, but never shy away from the law of God. Never be that person. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna tell them I don't smoke weed because I'm scared. Don't ever be that. You being a coward.
Right.
All right. Stand on what you believe in, and it's gonna work for you every time. These boys out here boys and girls do not have nothing to stand on. That's why they go with. That's why Sex and Red is popular. You ain't gonna tell me somebody who tell me they got a STD lip gloss can tell you anything. Come on, man.
Right.
Really? These people, these celebrities are not your leaders. They have no common sense. Right? Shaq tried to slut out the little girl the other day. What's her name? Angel Reese.
Right.
She led the league in rebounds. He telling her to get naked
Right.
to make more money, which is crazy, man. Don't listen to these celebrities and all that kind of stuff. Stand on what this Bible tells you. And see where it gets you. I wish I'd have had that knowledge at a young age to know what this Bible is talking about and utilize. You got so much more power at that young age. But people are going to be afraid of it, and you are going to offend some people. But offend them in the truth. Because guess what? People are going to hate you anyway. That's the key about it. You're going to get hated by these same people anyway. That's the part you got to realize. Why not do it for something that the Most High going to be with you about? Why not do it for the laws of God and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I know the Lord is going to be with me. If I get my life took behind this law, guess what? You're going to send a ripple effect. Imagine if I would love to get my life taken for following God's law. Guess what? Everybody going to remember me for that. Right. I'm going to be a legend because they said this man died. They killed him because he didn't want to eat no pork. I love to go out like that. Right. They killed him because he decided not to celebrate Christmas. I would love to die like that. That's an honorable death. Because guess what? You're not going to remember that nigga that got killed for doing a bad drug deal. What's his name? You know him? You're going to forget his name, right? You will never forget my name. That's right. You're going to say, Officer La Gun died for this truth. That's the mindset you be in. Be willing to die for it. Put your life on the line. That's when Christ say, give up your life. That's what he's talking about. Be willing to die for it. Give up any kind of popularity, anything you willing to get, do it for God's law. You may still die, but you did it a righteous way. See what I'm saying? These boys are dying for nothing out here. The excuses for doing it is ridiculous. And it started off with something stupid, and then it goes on to what? Get back for years. Right. Passed on when it started with a conversation. It started with something very simple. All right, read that for me and see what happened to John the Baptist.
Okay. Verse 19. Therefore, Herodias had a quarrel against him and would have killed him.
Right.
But she could not.
Right. She wanted him dead for speaking up against the law. Now, what did she do? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 20. For Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just man and holy, and observed him.
Right.
And when he heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly.
Right. So Herod was a man who actually listened to what John was saying. I'm going to tell you about the power of that woman. That's why our sisters got to be held accountable for what they say. That's why at the end of the day, a woman has to understand you care about the violence in your city. You cannot be oblivious to your effect on that. The pillow talking, the sleeping with different men, the sleeping with a man's opposition. That happens all the time. A man will be into it with a woman. You mad at your boyfriend, you go sleep with that man's oppositions. You telling him something about this man, giving out locations. That's going on right now. When the law was followed, and this brother said, you know what, I don't like him, but I ain't gonna mess with this woman. I ain't gonna go against God. You can have it's okay to have an enemy, right? It's enemies all through the Bible. You can have somebody you don't necessarily like being around, but your mindset has to be, okay, I don't like him, but I fear God more than my dislike for him. I'm just gonna go this way. I ain't gonna go mess with his woman just because I don't like him. And that's gonna make something happen. It's happening right now. Most of these stuff right now is starting on the women.
Right.
If you get to the nitty-gritty of talking to somebody, it was a woman there sleeping with this man and that man, a stripper, and she already some type of hoe. But you look at this my hoe. Right? This nigga got my hoe. That's what they're looking at. Right? They in the club. Oh, you got my hoe over there. Let her go outside and you and him have a conversation, man to man, and get you a righteous woman. Right? Keep going on that.
Verse 21. And when a convenient day was come, that Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lord.
On his damn birthday. On his birthday, right? Keep going. Wicked ass day here. Right. Understand that. Keep going.
Made a supper to his lords, high captains, and chief estates of Galilee.
Right.
Verse 22. And when the daughters of the said Herodias came in and danced and pleased Herod and them that sat with him, the king said unto the damsel, ask of me whatever thou wilt, and I will give it thee.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And he swore unto her, whatsoever thou shalt ask of me, I will give it thee.
Right. So it's his birthday. He saw Herodias' daughters coming in and was dancing for him, right? And he said, whatever y'all want me to do, I do. You know, he probably saw one he wanted. He just flexing his muscle.
Right.
Ain't no telling what he's like, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Right? Keep going.
And to the half of my kingdom.
Right.
Verse 24. And she went forth and said unto her mother, what shall I ask? And she said, the head of John the Baptist.
She said she wants the head of John. Now, this is the mother. The daughter went to the mother, Herodias. And why did she say that? Because he told her she was wrong for sleeping with her husband's brother. Dang. He died because he told them about the law of God. Right? That's when he got killed. That's how powerful the word of a woman can be when it comes to a man's life. That's why a man got to be careful what type of woman you're dealing with, because the wrong type of woman will get you killed. Right? You go deal with understand why a whore get kicked out camp, gets kicked out because that whore gonna spread lies. A whore is a liar. Right? A whore is a scandalous woman. She gonna go wherever. That's why they gotta be checked from the door. That's a big thing when it comes to violence, because the laws of God don't apply to the black woman, right? Then they mind. That's why the church getting ran by women like that. Woman ain't supposed to be preaching, teaching, they're supposed to be shutting the hell up. But how is going on in that church? They walking around, switching their little tail across the floor, getting up, doing whatever they want to do. Coming in there on their flower, all that kind of stuff. When the scriptures forbid it. And you wonder why so much black on black crime. Because we ain't tapped into that first. We got to follow these laws of God. All right? Because we are in the wrong spirit. The thing is, we have a natural spirit to be warriors. Right. You look at some of these basketball players like Russell Westbrook, some of these football players like Ray Lewis. Them brothers are natural warriors, right? Imagine if we was in a time where like them brothers might have been, front line men in the war back in the day. That spirit been with you to go to war with somebody. And let me tell you something, that time is coming when you're going to have to be in that spirit to go to war. But it's a time for everything. It's a specific time appointed. And you need a spiritual father to tell you when that time is. And until then, you got to control your mind. You got to control what angers you. You got to control what makes you tick. You got to control what makes you want to harm somebody. So when you feel that, every neighborhood needs a priest they can go to and say, hey, I got this problem going on right here. Help me out. Right? I got this issue going on. That's why this is what this is about. For people to have somewhere to go. That's where the Catholic Church got this from. Right. It's just been misconstrued. Of course, they started molesting the boys and all that kind of crap. But that came from the scriptures. Going, confessing what you make, not confessing what you've done, talking before you do it. That's what's needed in the black community. Somebody to talk to before you go do something. When it comes to a woman, your finances, how you deal with your brother, that's in the Bible. If we don't have that, it's gonna be more death. All right. We got any questions? Oh no, not this. Let me get that one. Not so you still there or not? I'll give you a call about it. In Leviticus 10. You still there? Let me know. I'm gonna give you a second to tap in. All right. He may be gone already. I'll give him a call about it. Anybody got any questions? Anything? All right. You got the security announcements. All right. And with that, Men of Israel, I'm gonna turn it over to Officer Marat do security announcements.
We the Isupk. We started off at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 in verse 21. Malachi 3, 8 and 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashah, 10% of every penny of any increase Lord give you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming, we got the, what is that as?
The Hanukkah.
The Hanukkah coming up, the Feast of Hanukkah. We got the Feast of the Hanukkah coming up. Which day that'll be? December the 25th. Mm-hmm. Remind Akim and Aqua to check in the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. All right. Men of Israel, Majum, which means stand. We're going to get a courtesy salute to the brothers. Majum, Mashabak, Majum, Barak, Yahab Bashem Yahushua Barakatah, Majum Tak. We're going to give another courtesy salute to the sisters. Majum, Mashabak, Majum, Barak, Yahushua Bashem Yahushua, Majum Tak. With that, class dismissed.